let's start with you saying what it says in Genesis chapter 1. I'm reading from the Bible here. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and the birds in the air, over the livestock all over the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. That doesn't seem to mention anything about spiritual. It seems to be pretty much all saying the kind of body image. So, unless your Bible says something different, it seems to me it's talking about a physical body there. As far as an abstract idea goes, that having reference in nature or something, well, let me go ahead and go to Webster's dictionary and look up what abstract means. Thought of apart from concrete reality, specific objects, or actual instances. So that means basically that an abstract idea can't have a basis in reality of any kind. Not to mention that you actually never explain what parts of the wheel came from nature and how they came together. You posted a comment saying that you'd have to know the person who invented it to know that. Well, basically what you're saying is you only believe that it has a basis in nature. You have no actual concrete proof of that. I'd also like to say, if God is eternal, why is he eternal? What makes him the only thing able to be completely eternal and nothing else in the universe? This apparent energy, what you claim yourself can't be created or destroyed, so how did the energy of God be created or destroyed? The energy couldn't have just poofed into existence or always existed because it can't be created. And if you're saying that, well, this energy didn't get created, it was always there, then what you're basically saying is that energy can't exist without being created, and then why would that energy have a goddamn conscience? It doesn't make any sense. That would be way too complex for something that always existed to be. No, what we know from science is that things become more complex, not less. And so to try to say that there is this all-powerful super being that always existed is to say that, well, something always can exist. And what's more likely to exist? Something simple, like just energy that eventually gets converted into matter, and that matter eventually gets converted into a form suitable to create life, and that life eventually evolves, or that an all-powerful super being was that energy that had a conscience and knew what it was doing. And here's an example of how God came into existence without actually existing. The first gods that people believed in were those from the sun, so that the seed of the idea was that the sun was far too powerful of something to have been created, so it must be some super powerful thing. And of course then eventually it evolved into your God. And exactly, I don't understand, if your God of the Bible is the correct God, why did he take so long to reveal himself? And why did he let so many other gods come before him? I mean, basically what you're just telling me is he just said, screw it, let them all go to hell, I really don't care. Which again is another proof which you never explain why God deserves to be worshipped. He doesn't, if you read the Old Testament. And you didn't explain that, or explain why God always existed, why he can always exist versus anything else. And I'd just like to say that. See where this goes from here.